Hi there, I'm down at Williamstown in Victoria, which the Sea Shepherd hopes is going to be their future home for their ships, and we're about to board the Brigitte Bardot and the Steve Irwin. Captain Lockie McLean's going to take me aboard and he's going to tell us a little about what they do and also why they do it. Okay, so I'm lucky enough to be joined here today by Captain Lockie McLean, who has been out on the dangerous high seas, out there at the front line of the anti-whaling campaign. So Lockie, thank you very much for joining us and showing us around the Brigitte Bardot.
Thank you for having us.
Now tell me a little bit of the history first of all. How was the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society started?
Basically, our founder Paul Watson left Greenpeace in the late 70s, decided he wanted to do more direct action and concentrate on marine conservation, so he started up Sea Shepherd.
And tell me, why is it so important if we lose a species? I mean, a lot of people might not realise that, you know, what's the difference if we lose a shark or a whale here and there, or if we lose a species, you know, does it really matter?
Well, people don't realise, but just to illustrate the sharks, for example, 100 million sharks get finned each year. 90% of the sharks have been wiped out worldwide. This affects the food chain, it affects our ecosystems, and we really depend on the oceans to survive.
Now tell me, that logo there, I don't think I would like to see that coming at me if I was in the middle of the ocean. Tell me, what is it meant to represent, and is it meant to be a bit frightening?
Well, yeah, the Dalai Lama describes it as compassionate wrath. So basically, it's intimidating.
Yes.
We are a non-violent organization, but we do use direct action, and we do sometimes use intimidation in order to protect marine environments and marine species.
I reckon it could be pretty risky out there. What are some of the dangers of being involved in the organisation overall?
Well, the first one is the weather. When we're down in Antarctica, we come across gales, ice, huge storms. Sometimes this vessel in particular has a hard time navigating through those waters.
Okay, we're up here with Lockie, where he spends a heap of his time when he's out at sea. This is the fly bridge that I'm in, correct?
That's correct.
And down there is the bridge. All right, I'm learning already. Now tell me, Lockie, we're on the Brigitte Bardot. Where did she get her name from?
Brigitte Bardot got her name through the actress herself, the French actress who donated the funds necessary to purchase the ship.
Okay, exciting. Well, I reckon she's named after me one day, hopefully.
Do you have $1 million?
Not quite, not yet. Where does the Brigitte Bardot go from here?
Brigitte Bardot will be conducting a campaign in the South Pacific to protect against illegal shark finning operations.
Yeah.
And from there, she'll head to Antarctica next December.
And when you're out at sea, what will the Brigitte Bardot be doing out there?
Well, in the first instance, she'll be patrolling, seeking out illegal shark finning operations.
Okay.
Second thing, she could be possibly bringing in illegal long lines, setting sharks free.
Yeah.
Obviously, the crew will be taking lots of video footage, documenting these illegal activities so that later on, those vessels can be prosecuted.
All right, and who are the culprits? Who's doing this?
A lot of Asian nations. Shark fin soup's very popular in Asia, Taiwan, and China, and they have successfully been able to wipe out 90% of the global shark population just by finning the sharks, throwing the bodies back in the water. Boats. Yeah, those are the small boats over there.
Okay.
And there's 3 of them on deck, and this crane is used to put them in the water. And what we do with these boats is, because the Steve Irwin's a bit slower than the Japanese harpoon ships, we use these small boats to close in the gap and generally annoy and deter the harpoon ships from whaling, basically. Yeah, very effective. They don't like it. No, they don't like it. We get right in front of them and we try to slow them down. If we can get the small boats in front of the bow of the harpoon ship, that will stop them from harpooning the whales. Japanese whalers down in Antarctica are on film. They know it. So using us, using our small boats will usually stop them from trying to harpoon the whales. Yeah.
So here we are in the kitchen, where I'm told everything in here is vegan. So good to see that they're practicing what they preach. So Lockie, what a fantastic looking helicopter we've got here. How do you use that?
So this is a Hughes 500. It's an American helicopter. We use it in Antarctica mostly to spot the whaling fleet. So sometimes if we're not sure, we're looking at the radar screen, we think we might see a ship, we call the pilot and say, hey, would you mind going check that out? He flies over it. Oh, yes, it is a ship.
So now we've seen what they do and how they do it and what it's like to be on board. You too, don't forget, can help out. Visit their website, seashepherd.org, to find out how you can either become a volunteer, but of course how you can also make a much needed donation. seashepherd.org.